After a 3-year hiatus, WWE brought back the No Way Out pay-per-view event, but used it simply because they couldn't come up with any names for the June pay-per-view. That was honestly a running curse from 2009 onward. 2009 was The Bash, 2010 was Fatal 4-Way, 2011 was Capital Punishment, and now 2012 is No Way Out. Also, the awkwardness of having a No Way Out pay-per-view on the same schedule as an Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, but having nothing to do with each other or the Road to WrestleMania. Also, the only match that truly felt like there was no way out was the Steel Cage main event. And that's it.
I'm not an entertainer. I'm a giant.
Boy, how many times have we seen the Big Show go through this transition where he's not an entertainer, he's a giant. What are the odds this ain't the last time either?
Will this be the demise of people power?
People power technically never existed if John Laurinaitis had all the power to himself. I guess Johnny Power just didn't sound catchy enough. Well, since Sheamus is facing a last-minute opponent in Dolph Ziggler tonight instead of the scheduled Alberto Del Rio, we're just gonna get this match over with. Also, if you think about it, WWE had Alberto Del Rio technically be the challenger for the World Heavyweight Championship on 5 consecutive pay-per-views. Even though he didn't compete in this one, he was the originally scheduled opponent. Jesus, this went on from Over the Limit, to No Way Out, to Money in the Bank, to SummerSlam, to Night of Champions, all ending with the same result. What a waste.
Would fire John Cena tomorrow night on Raw.
Which of course would give John Cena 24 hours to come up with some sort of superhero reason to stay in WWE should he lose tonight. Also, why are we talking about that match when we're getting ready for the World Heavyweight Championship? Let's talk about the consequences later on.
One-arm push-ups before the match?
You got a problem with warming up? If Dolph Ziggler starts doing that after the bell rings, then you have a reason to complain. Anything prior to the match is fine. Winner of No Way Out 2012 to bring you WrestleMania 28, and after what Sheamus did to Daniel Bryan in less than 20 seconds, why the hell would Dolph Ziggler risk this?
It's actually pinned him in a tag team match.
Of course he did, because before pay-per-view, we always had to make sure that the challenger wins at least one non-title match against the guy he's challenging at the show. Man, I miss the old days where those wrestling a world title match on pay-per-view actually did not compete against each other prior to the show.
But Dolph pinned the champion in a tag match.
Sure, because pinning the champion in a tag team match totally means he is ready for a one-on-one match with the champion after less than a week to prepare.
Ziggler, oh man, he was caught by Sheamus.
Are you serious, Michael? We've seen Dolph Ziggler hit a DDT like that for years. The only person who thought Sheamus countered Dolph was you because it looked nothing like that to the rest of us.
World Championship Omega Hurricane.
Vicky Guerrero had to shift herself to her left because she was briefly obstructed from camera view during Dolph's moment of showing off.
Please. Now listen.
Jerry Lawler rolls his eyes at this, but you gotta admit that it's extremely impressive for Dolph to ground Sheamus in the headlock while doing that at the same time.
WWE Universe, let's go, Sheamus.
I'm throwing in 3 cents because Jerry Lawler is trying to cover up the obvious fact that the fans are chanting "Let's go Ziggler," not "Let's go Sheamus." I know that Sheamus is the good guy in this match, but you don't gotta pretend the fans are chanting for him. The sign on the right telling Sheamus to bro kick my dad misspelled the word brogue. How does one Bruges kick someone's dad? What the hell's a Bruges kick?
Maybe you shouldn't go out to ringside tonight.
John Laurinaitis is stupid enough to believe that Vince McMahon won't be at ringside for the main event despite being knocked out by the Big Show last Monday. John's worked for Vince for decades and he somehow doesn't realize who he's talking to. Gotta love Vince's silent treatment to John Laurinaitis while he sends a clear message to him.
Not some ex-wannabe wrestler now wants to be an announcer.
Well, you technically are the first thing.
Tuxedo match!
The entire existence of the tuxedo match. Then again, the entire existence of any strip-related wrestling match. And since this whole thing with Santino Marella and Ricardo Rodriguez is a stupid waste of time, let's throw in 20 sins. God, I hated this feud.
United States champion!
No joke, the moment I started writing sins of this pay-per-view, I had completely forgot that Santino Marella was once the United States champion for nearly half of 2012? How could I have possibly forgotten a near 6-month-long title reign? Must have been one of the worst. Apparently being a Justin Bieber fan is supposed to be embarrassing. Given I don't like him or his music, I don't see the problem with other people being a fan of his. So this tuxedo match exists simply because Santino discovered by accident that Ricardo Rodriguez is a Justin Bieber fan. Also, what dumbass is stupid enough to wear a shirt of their favorite musician hidden underneath their suit? Hold on, gotta adjust my Killswitch Engage shirt.
Oh, not quite. Let's not get carried away.
It's bad enough that this match exists, but do we have to resort to a tuxedo dick measuring contest? Just strip off your opponent's tuxedo so we can actually get to the real entertainment of this pay-per-view, please.
This is my only tuxedo.
Santino Marella gets mad at Ricardo Rodriguez for ripping his only tuxedo that he owns. It's as if he forgot that this match's requirements are to strip a tuxedo. God, this whole thing is pathetic.
Shirt's gone. Ricardo now has lost his jacket.
Ricardo was embarrassed at being shirtless despite the fact that he openly competed shirtless at the Royal Rumble during the same year. Or are we supposed to forget about that? Scary though that I remembered a shirtless Ricardo but forgot Santino's United States title reign.
Alberto Del Rio's face on his underwear.
Someone hit me in the head with a golf club. This is painful to look back on. The suffering I go through as the WWE sinner.
What relationship?
CM Punk is kinda right. His relationship with AJ Lee doesn't exactly start for another year or two. Promoting Facebook pages, like nobody cares about that right now. The Intercontinental title match is about to start.
He doesn't want to whine anymore.
Because Christian realized that constantly whining leads you absolutely nowhere in your wrestling career. Then again, CM Punk got to where he is because of constant whining.
Hence the change of heart for
Cody Rhodes connects one shoulder tackle onto Christian and then immediately turns into the future Stardust? He always knew it was coming. Major plot twist. Also, Cody Rhodes should know better than to underestimate Christian. After all, Christian did take his Intercontinental Championship at the last time they competed against each other.
no fewer than a dozen.
No fewer than a dozen WWE Hall of Famers have been the Intercontinental Champion cliche. Yes, we know. We get it. You gonna start listing off the names again? Christian's right shoulder is clearly off the canvas in this shot, and the referee can clearly see it too. Yet he ignores that obvious fact and continues to count, likely because Cody Rhodes paid him. Oh shit! No joke, even looking back on that moment, I grabbed my own jaw in pain after seeing Christian colliding with the ring post like that. Taking a sit out because Christian is one tough wrestler. Ouch.
Cody is in total control.
No shit, Sherlock.
No Way Out returns to the WWE pay-per-view calendar.
And will be completely forgotten of after this year despite its badass name and the excitement the name brings to the pay-per-view calendar. Cody Rhodes continuing to waste all the time in the world taunting the crowd and doing everything in his power not to win back his Intercontinental Championship.
Hanging on the ropes there.
Attempted copyright infringement. Stalling so much time and trying to do Christian's moves is what ultimately cost Cody Rhodes. That's gotta suck for him. Christian wants to be remembered as a competitor who's on the caliber of Edge, so naturally what he decides to do is be Edge instead of Christian. Great that he pays tribute to his friend, but he's not Edge, he's Christian. And to be fair, he doesn't have anything to prove in my book. He's on the caliber of Edge when he's himself. The entire existence of the Abraham Washington character. No, nothing to do with the horrible joke he makes a few months later. Even without that, he's still a horrible character.
You're going to be looking for AW to represent you.
Even AW wouldn't be stupid enough to take Michael Cole under his wing when it comes to building success in wrestling. WWE stupidly has only 2 legal competitors allowed in a fatal 4-way tag team match cliche. No matter how many ways fans try to explain it to me, it still doesn't make any sense.
That was an amateur mistake.
Darren Young's cringe reaction to Jey Uso delivered the chops.
This kid can fly.
Justin Gabriel saw Jimmy Uso performing the Worm and immediately thought, oh shit, it's time to start showing off. Cue the cartwheel circus act. Whee!
Wait a minute.
Jey Uso gets tagged out by Titus O'Neil, and when Titus goes for the pinfall on Justin Gabriel, Jey doesn't do anything to break it up and save the match. Of course, the pinfall is unsuccessful, but it also shows how much Jey just doesn't care.
Didn't cash that rematch in over a 30-day period.
Apparently, those who are owed a rematch clause have to cash it in within a 30-day period. Now explain to me how that doesn't work for the several hundred other times we've seen rematch clauses being cashed in well over the supposed 30-day limit.
I believe I can fly.
Gonna inflict some more damage on Primo.
For a moment, I thought I was watching this match in slow motion and had to check my speed settings. Then I realized that Hurricane Rana was performed in real time.
Got him!
AW pulling on Epico to prevent him from breaking up the pinfall was supposed to shock me. I could already care less that AW was managing Epico and Primo, so you can obviously tell I could care less that he jumped ship to join the primetime players, right? Post-matchup... Yep, you see this correctly. We have a video promo package for yet another promo on pay-per-view. A lot of effort for that, apparently. Also, this whole setup is for Triple H to challenge Brock Lesnar to a match at SummerSlam, which is still over 2 months away. And it's also barely referenced between this pay-per-view and the 1000th episode of Monday Night Raw a month and a half later.
I've spent over half of my life.
I have a lot of respect for Triple H, and will say that he's had one of the best careers in the history of the WWE, but we all know this is leading up to him challenging Brock Lesnar, so can we skip to that part of the story time?
Because I never wanted to get a real job.
Hunter believes that professional wrestling is somehow not a real job. Anything that provides income on a monthly basis qualifies as a real job, and that's a fact.
We're fighters, Brock.
I'm sorry, but it takes nearly 5 minutes of an obvious I'm challenging you for SummerSlam moment for Hunter to actually challenge Brock Lesnar for SummerSlam.
Let's do this.
Thank God it wasn't Brock Lesnar who ended up saying that, otherwise this whole promo would have been awkward. The entire sequence of AJ Lee traveling to each member of the Triple Threat WWE title match could have been interesting if it actually led to something cool in the match itself. Oh shit, we forgot to mention that we actually have Spanish commentators here at ringside. Hurry, introduce them! Boy, that had to be embarrassing for WWE.
Part of the Maxim Hot 100.
Who cares?
But in 2004, that Eddie Guerrero won his first.
The Divas Championship match between Layla and Beth Phoenix is underway, so that must mean it's time to remember memories of No Way Out 2004, which is somehow connected to this match. I am so confused. Look at my boots, Layla! Look at my boots! Now! This 6-minute match is mostly Beth Phoenix taunting Layla, or Layla stealing Beth's crown and wearing it. I think I can see why this event is called No Way Out, because there's no way out of this torture chamber of cringe.
Don't want to be playing.
Copy Beth infringement, and I'm just waiting for this match to end so we can get to the matches we're actually looking forward to.
Layla gonna steal it here.
Commentator stupidly refers to a roll-up as stealing the victory cliche. If Layla was grabbing the tights, then maybe it would be a valid steal. But alas, she wasn't, so sin.
What a great...
Oh damn, looks like this match is finally starting to get good.
And Layla has done it again.
Oh, never mind, it's already over. Even the devil's favorite demon wants some action every now and then. Maybe that's why demons are so horny. They suck it only. Wait, hold on a minute. Now we got an impromptu match between Unico and Sin Cara? How the hell does this pay-per-view somehow have time for this crap?
The fabulous Sin Cara.
Sure, that'd be the case if botching was a way to become extremely fabulous in professional wrestling.
A second-generation superstar.
Sin Cara is a literal character played by multiple different wrestlers, including this Sin Cara's opponent, coincidentally. So is the character itself the second-generation wrestler, or the one who's playing the character this time?
He's in Mexico. Unico.
Damn, Sin Cara already botched this match without even doing anything. Gets distracted by Camacho at ringside, who didn't even move a muscle or say anything. Also, the stupid yellow and blue lights. Hell, Sin Cara's wearing red here, so shouldn't the lights be red? Oh wait, that guy hasn't even shown up yet. When the fans start chanting for Zack Ryder in the middle of a pay-per-view match, you know this match completely sucks.
Sin Cara got him.
Is it bad that I completely forgot what happened in this match right after it finished? Probably not, and that's why impromptu matches should not be existing.
What were you doing up at 2 a.m.?
What are you, Jerry's father? What's wrong with being at Times Square at 2 a.m.? If anything, that's showing up a little early to the party. I know that AJ Lee ends up being the special guest referee for CM Punk and Daniel Bryan at Money in the Bank the following month, but based on the many times she's shown interest at the two of them plus Kane, she should have honestly officiated this match. This promo package is honestly all about her, not the WWE Championship.
What's going on between Kane and AJ?
Wait, that's the question you have? Now what's going on with AJ, period? She's already shown interest in Daniel Bryan and CM Punk, but Kane is where you start asking questions?
An elimination chamber, street fight. CM Punk has done it all.
Apparently defending your title in just elimination chambers and street fights somehow qualifies as done it all in a championship reign. Alright, this moment was actually funny. I'll take a send off for Daniel Bryan shouting yes for every kick on Kane, and CM Punk shouting no for every kick on Kane.
Who were once friends.
What's the point of these guys trying to go for pinfalls on Kane when they know that their other opponent will just break it up? Not really worth the risk since you end up letting your guard down.
As Bryan said,
Whoa. What a devastating punch to the air. I'll be honest, where the hell has Daniel Bryan been this whole time? He took one punch from Kane and he's somehow out for the better part of 10 minutes. And that punch missed him completely too, so that makes me question more. There it is, right there. Even before they went to anger management together, that sudden pause and stare begins the legendary duo that is Team Hell No. Thank you, AJ Lee. Damn, everyone is obsessed with attacking Daniel Bryan in this match. I bet CM Punk and Kane don't even care about attacking each other anymore. I want to superplex Daniel. No, I want to superplex Daniel, but I was here first. Wow, CM Punk has his mouth open more than Kristen Stewart did in those god-awful Twilight movies.
Let's get busy, baby.
Kinky, Booker. Just by shouting out he's gonna tap, Booker T jinxed Daniel Bryan's momentum, allowing CM Punk to take advantage. Commentators have really got to stop saying that. You know, if you're gonna have someone be the main focus of your WWE Championship match, then have that main focus actually be around the entire match, like in a referee position, and not just one bump off the ring apron at the literal end of the match. The execution of this pay-per-view completely sucks, and it's a shame. Holy fucking shit! We somehow had enough time for 2 impromptu matches on this pay-per-view event. We got yet another Ryback squash fest with 2 random guys who kinda look familiar but will ultimately be forgotten. What the hell is wrong with this place? Here's 100 cents. Ryback's non-pyro.
no, but Delaney and Bonnie are in big trouble.
Delaney and Bonnie? How did Jerry Lawler suddenly think that someone named Bonnie was involved with this squash fest? Oh. This double shell shock would be impressive if the combined weight of these two were not just a little over 300 pounds. Plus, what's to be impressed with this shit?
We both know whose fault this is, don't we?
The Big Show playing the part of the WWE Universe in 2020. Perhaps that was just another comedy act Vince McMahon wanted him to portray.
I no longer have to be your dog and pony show.
At at least until it turned face again.
This has been nothing but a survivor.
Michael Cole's creepy erection for John Laurinaitis. So creepy that he ended up covered in barbecue sauce once again a few weeks prior to this pay-per-view event.
Alex Riley, Santino, Zack Ryder.
Michael Cole lists off names like Zack Ryder, Santino Marella, and Alex Riley, and somehow expects us to be impressed with the fact that the Big Show knocked them all out.
And Mr. McMahon.
John Laurinaitis was actually dumb enough to believe that Vince McMahon would shake his hand after basically telling him to fuck off earlier in the night. That was a funny moment right there.
Say something.
John Cena is obviously fresh and aware of what's going on. The Big Show yells and signals that he's about to punch him. Point is, Big Show was an idiot for alerting John that the WMD was coming.
No one else can understand the greater good.
Oh no, Michael Cole is the one who foreshadowed the greater good gimmick about the future Messiah Seth Rollins. Damn you, Michael! I get that both John Laurinaitis and Vince McMahon are at ringside for this match, but do we have to keep cutting to them watching every 10 seconds?
There you go. Oh, no!
John Cena is addicted to the big shows.
The door's on the other side, John.
Just saying, I know it's annoying when Michael Cole is cheering for the Big Show, but it's just as annoying hearing Jerry Lawler cheering for John Cena. Can we not, please? Since Big Show's arm is underneath John Cena's shoulder, obviously that means the shoulder is off the canvas, so this entire pinfall should be invalid.
Marty was talking about Big Show.
If the ring can survive this, the ring can obviously survive Big Show getting superplexed from the top rope. Just saying. Instead of trying to pull Big Show out of the cage, why doesn't John Cena climb over him and escape himself? He'd get the job done a lot quicker than Show.
Unbelievable. Get out, John. Get out.
Oh my lord, how many times am I gonna facepalm during this match? John dives underneath the bottom rope for a quick escape, but chooses to get back up and climb through the ropes instead. What a fucking dumbass.
Mr. McMahon.
It sucks that Vince only recovered enough to fire John Laurinaitis after that. I know that other wrestlers come out to help John Cena, but it'd be better if Vince tackled down Johnny and beat him down while John Cena escaped.
Look at that.
He gets knocked down at the crucial point in the match cliche, and given where he was standing, it was extremely obvious of what was about to happen, so I'm not amazed. Gotta love the moments where the past victims of Big Show return to haunt him. This moment was a literal no way out moment, so at least they got one right.
Big Show's victim. Whoa.
Well, that just shows how weak Alex Riley and Santino Marella are. They didn't even fall a far distance, and all Big Show did was make them lose their grip on the cage.
What? Oh, it's into a big...
What? Big Show punched the cage, which honestly would hurt him more than it would hurt Zack Ryder. But somehow Zack is knocked out by the WMD despite being protected by the cage. This is what I was talking about. Vince McMahon should have been the one hanging on to Big Johnny while forcing him to watch John Cena escape in the cage. Yes, John Cena escaped the cage first, but here's the problem. The referee in the ring is knocked out, the referee outside the ring is knocked out, and Vince McMahon is knocked out. And we all know John Laurinaitis would pretend it didn't happen. So who gave the authority to ring the bell and end the match? That's still an unexplained mystery.
John Laurinaitis, you're...
Well, at least this horrible pay-per-view ended with a spectacular firing from Vince and a destroyed Spanish announce table.